not the best lighting. Hospital lights give you the glow, but from behind, my color isn't the best, of course, I have a big allergy. I wonder if you can actually see it. I have a big allergy to tape. It doesn't matter what kind of tape. Duct tape, Scotch tape that you use to seal something. I'm allergic to it. It causes my skin to blister and get all yucky. And so trying to pull it down without grabbing it. I have another good scar right here. That's where my port was. It got infected, and I actually got in early. I actually went into the ER because my feeding tube had popped out. The little balloon had migrated through the stoma, and it popped out. It was pretty painful. It happened within a matter of hours. And at the same time, I had a temperature of over 102 for 2 days. And once I got to the hospital, it was at 102. And then that was Sunday, almost a week ago. And once I got admitted to the floor, which was about midnight on a Monday technically, my fever was at 102.8. So we did cultures, and of course the cultures from my port started growing back less than 24 hours, which is a new record for me. And then we had to find someone who could actually get a needle and poke me in my actual arms. I mean, they've gotten my wrists and my fingers, it's hard. But I have this IJ line, which is just kind of like a central line that goes into your jugular. And it is very uncomfortable. The actual procedure itself, I was more nerves, but it wasn't as bad as I would have ever thought. Someone sticking a big needle in and threading a catheter down close to your heart would feel like. But Monday I had my feeding tube replaced, and then Tuesday I found out that the port was coming out. Wednesday I had the IJ line placed, and then Thursday I had the surgery to take out my port, which, everything went well. I usually have seizures coming out of anesthesia, not big ones, just annoying ones, kind of the ones that make you stay a little longer. And so we did that, and Friday was, sorry about picking my nose, it itches. This hospital is not allergen free. But now that I have the IJ line, well, actually since I've had it, I have, hold on, let me do this way. We have lipids, which is the white stuff, and the stuff that looks like pee is TPN. It's just the base of TPN. The white stuff is just the fats, and then that little bag right there is my IV vancomycin, and the big bag is just what they piggyback it off of. And all of it migrates, as you can see, all the wires, but it all just makes its way here. And that's how it's gonna be for the next 2 weeks, I think. At least that's how long I'm gonna have this IJ line. I'm supposed to be transferred over to kind of like a rehab step down intensive unit. You know, it's a rehab, but for people with lots of things going on. So for me, you know, I have a lot of health issues. There has to be nurses that can change the dressing, which I had my first, you know, real one, and about passed out from the pain. My asthma and my heart aren't doing the best. The past few days, I think I may have also caught a cold while in here, or, you know, my throat doesn't feel like, you know, a tube just came out of it. So I think it's possibly like allergies or a cold, because I'm losing my voice slowly. And it starts feeling, you know, it starts sounding like this. And I've noticed it, and there's nothing I can do, like when talking on TV, on the phone. So what I have been keeping up with are, if you don't know how, learning to do this. It took me maybe 10 minutes to learn how to do it, and then I was caught up. And if I don't do it for a long time, then all I have to do is go find, I use the channel Easy Origami. His name is, I don't know what his name is. Ethan? I don't know. But the channel is called Easy Origami on YouTube. And a long time ago, I learned that if you make 1,000 paper cranes, that it can bring you good luck. So what I've been doing is I've made 5 so far, and then I'm working on like decorating different parts of the sides that will be turned, that will be actually folded into the crane. So I'll have some spunk, and then my regular origami paper that I bought and I use. It just looks massive. That should be here tomorrow when someone from family can drop it off for me. Now, what I learned, okay, so I don't know if I said in my last video, but I had an appointment May 4th to go to the Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota, and that was about a week stay. And what we basically did is I met with a GI team there, went over my history. These keep rolling down. Went over my history, and the doctor, you know, did a rectal exam, which is my first ever. And, you know, for those who ever wonder, you don't necessarily have to shave in order to have that done. He doesn't even look down at your behind or anything, or your legs or your lady parts. So I'm really glad. But I had a rectal exam. He stuck his one finger, which thankfully was really small, because who wants things stuck up their butt? Freaks, yes. But and then I met that day. He scheduled 2 more appointments. I had to go down to the pharmacy, which is, they call it the subway level. There's not actually a subway, but it's underground, and they have the Mayo Clinic pharmacy there, and they have a cafeteria, and they have other buildings where we can have other appointments. but I had to go to the pharmacy to get a pre-done enema because I needed to be cleared out for the test that he had scheduled me for. And so I bought it, and I tell you, it's the cheapest medicine I've bought. I mean, usually if you go to like CVS or whatever, I'm sorry about my hair, an enema is gonna be like $10 to $15. This one here cost me less than $2, and I was prepared. I brought thousands of dollars in cash thinking that I'd be having to pay for lots of stuff, but I was lucky. And so I did that 2 hours before my appointment. I started it 2 hours before, and I did it for like a whole hour. And the thing with my colorectal part of my system is that it just doesn't work. It's something since birth that unfortunately we found once I was almost 30. So I'm 28. I can remember having the same problems when I was 8. So for over 20 years, I've had the problems that, I've had, but never really thought about it. Never really thought to talk to my mom about it. And then 2015, I was diagnosed with gastroparesis. And then March 1st, 2016, I had my feeding tube placed. Now, with the feeding tube, I'm not tolerating feeds because my intestines have slowed to a crawl, if even a crawl is what you can call them. But I don't tolerate feeds because they don't get digested. They don't go through. They don't go past my colorectal area. So once it goes, if it makes it out of my small bowel, it basically just sits in my large intestine, which can cause a lot of pain and discomfort and surgeries if if I had kept doing it and not gotten help. So still on TPN. The Mayo Clinic doctors agreed that I would stay on TPN until we got all of that figured out. So I'm on TPN, lipids, still unable to walk. Right now my asthma is really bad, which that I didn't think about. Could be my voice, and if it looks like it can't catch my breath, or actually don't know. Don't look really purple. I was tight when the respiratory therapist came, and I still feel tight, but I have my inhaler in my bag, like my rescue inhaler that I don't need a nebulizer for, or a doctor's consent, which they don't like it, but it's important. So it's 10:38. We just finished with this dressing change. I just had my seizure meds. She set up all of my IV meds. I had some morphine, I had some IV Benadryl, and I had my IV Protonics to help with my reflux and acid production. Now, the next surgery I have will be a tunneled catheter, which is more common with TPN. People on TPN, a lot less risk for infection. And then I see my gastroenterologist, which he just moved buildings, like the Little Rock Diagnostic Clinic. There are 3 buildings, so there's a building here, a building to the right, and a building to the left. The one in the middle is a tall building. The others to the sides are like 2 or 3. maybe 2 stories, maybe 1 story, I have no idea. But he moved over, I think, to one of those shorter ones, so it's just a whole GI team. It's not just going to be him, and I'll meet with him, and we will discuss having a separate G-tube placed to help with my nausea, vomiting, and the bile production. Even with the protonics, it helps kind of neutralize it, but when I throw up, I still throw up a lot of bile, and bile does come up through my J-tube. So, that is my life update for right now. I'm going to try my hardest to have a video posted, because I have 2 already made on my camera. I just have to find the right software, or just break down and buy a MacBook, which isn't something I'm totally opposed, but I am opposed to it in the fact that I would just be getting an iBook or an iMac just for the editing software. So, but if I got it, then I would of course donate my Surface Pro, or I don't know, I could get it and then give it to somebody for their birthday. But okay, that is going to be my update. I'm doing this on Yahoo Video, so I may be able to see if I can't cut it down and trim it to the important parts, but everybody knows I am a one-take person, so, and it's almost 11 o'clock, and forensic files are on, and so, but, anyone who sees this, I thank you for watching. I am a lot better than I was. We're trying to keep my asthma at bay, my temperature down, get rid of the infection, get pain managed, and that's about it. So I hope everyone who sees this is doing good, at least as good as you can be doing, and even though it may look like I'm not doing the best, I am a lot better than I was. So I will see you all at the next video. Bye.